So this billionaire is secretly fathering kids to create what he calls a legion of children before the apocalypse. The guy's name is Elon Musk. Elon's 52 years old, living in Texas, and he's kind of a big deal. He's the CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, and X, formerly Twitter. You know who he is. But here's the thing about Elon, though. While he's out there building electric cars and rockets to Mars, he's also been quietly building something else, a massive family. And I don't mean like 3 or 4 kids. I'm talking about at least 14 children that we know of, with 3 different women, some born just weeks apart from each other. Bro is literally creating his own small nation of mini-mus. It all started back in the early 2000s when Elon married this Canadian author named Justine Wilson. They were just a normal couple trying to start a family, and in 2002, they had their first baby, a boy named Nevada Alexander. But then tragedy struck. When Nevada was just 10 weeks old, he died of SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. It was a devastating loss that no parent should ever have to experience. But Elon and Justine, they kept trying to build their family. In 2004, they have twin boys, Griffin and Xavier, and soon after triplet boys, Kai, Saxon, and Damien. So by this point, they've got 5 healthy kids, and Elon's busy running his companies, and everything seems pretty normal, right? Fast forward to 2008, and Elon and Justine get divorced after 8 years of marriage. The kids mostly stay with Justine, and Elon goes on to marry and divorce actress Tallulah Riley twice, but they don't have any kids together. So for about a decade, Elon's just a dad to those 5 boys. Nothing too crazy about that. But then in 2018, Elon starts dating this musician named Grimes. You know, the artsy electronic music girl with the weird makeup and futuristic vibe. And that's when things start to get really interesting. In May 2020, Elon and Grimes have a baby boy, and they give him the most ridiculous name you've ever heard, XAEA12 Musk. I'm not even kidding. They later had to change it because California law doesn't allow symbols in names, but everyone just calls him X. But of course, the internet goes wild with memes comparing the kid's name to a Wi-Fi password. Around this same time, Elon starts tweeting all this stuff about how worried he is about population decline. He tweets, "If people don't have more children, civilization is going to crumble." But here's where it gets crazy. While Elon's publicly worrying about population collapse, he's privately doing something about it. And I mean really doing something about it. In 2021, this woman named Siobhan Zillis, who's a director at Elon's Neuralink company, gives birth to twins. And guess who the father is? Yep, Elon Musk. But nobody knows about these babies. They're kept completely secret. Then, just a few weeks later, Grimes has their second child, a baby girl via surrogate, and this birth is also kept totally secret from the public. So at this point, Elon has gone from 5 kids to 8 kids in the span of about 18 months. Their plan to keep the babies secret seems to be working out until court documents get leaked to the press, revealing Elon's secret twins with Siobhan Zillis. The documents showed that Elon and Siobhan had petitioned to give the twins his last name. And suddenly, everyone realizes that Elon was having babies with multiple women at the same time. And Elon's response to all this? He tweets, "Doing my best to help the underpopulation crisis. A collapsing birth rate is the biggest danger civilization faces by far." Then this entertainer, Nick Cannon, who also has a ton of kids with different women, replies to Elon's tweet saying, "Right there with you, my brother." And Elon writes back, "Congrats on your family. We must expand scope and scale of consciousness for civilization to flourish. Therefore, we need more people." These 2 dudes are literally high-fiving each other on Twitter about how many babies they're making. Meanwhile, something else is happening in Elon's family that nobody's talking about. One of his 18-year-old twins with Justine, Xavier, comes out as transgender and files to legally change her name to Vivian Jenna Wilson, taking her mother's last name. In her court petition, Vivian states she no longer wishes to be related to my biological father in any way, shape, or form. Ouch. That's gotta hurt, but the baby revelations aren't over. A biography of Elon comes out written by Walter Isaacson, and it drops another bombshell. Elon and Grimes secretly had a 3rd child together, a son named Technomechanicus, nicknamed Tao. This kid was born sometime in 2022, and nobody knew about him until the biography came out. The biography also reveals the names of Siobhan's twins, Strider and Azure, and it explains that Elon wasn't romantically involved with Siobhan. He had offered to be her sperm donor because, in her words, he really wants smart people to have kids. This is starting to sound less like a family and more like some kind of breeding program, right? And here's where the drama really kicks in. When Grimes sees this information in the biography, she freaks out. She tweets, "Tell Siobhan to unblock me and tell Elon to let me see my son. I have never even been allowed to see a photo of these children until this moment, despite the situation utterly ripping my family apart." So now we're learning that Elon didn't even tell Grimes about the twins he had with Siobhan. And there's all this tension between the mothers of his children. It's like some weird sci-fi harem drama. But wait, there's more. In early 2024, rumors start circulating that Elon and Siobhan have a third child together, and Elon confirms it. That brings his known total to 12 children. Then, in February 2025, a 34-year-old conservative influencer named Ashley St. Clair goes public claiming Elon is the father of her baby too. Elon initially responds evasively, saying he's not sure if the child is his or not. But then in April 2025, the Wall Street Journal publishes this explosive expose with evidence, a paternity test showing a 99.9999% chance Elon is the father of St. Clair's child. The report reveals that Elon had solicited multiple women on Twitter to bear his children and even offered St. Clair $15 million in hush money to keep the baby secret. But the most shocking part, the WSJ uncovers text messages where Elon told St. Clair, quote, "To reach Legion level before the apocalypse, we will need to use surrogates." Legion level. This dude is literally trying to create an army of his own offspring before some end of the world scenario he's imagining. The article also hints there could be even more unknown Musk kids out there, suggesting Elon may have quietly donated sperm in other cases. So the 14 we know about might just be the tip of the iceberg. He's made private deals with multiple women. Some he dated, some he didn't. And there have been NDAs, monthly payments, even rules about how the birth should go. There's a gated compound in Austin where some of the kids live. Musk tried to get the moms to move in, but Grimes reportedly refused. His right-hand guy handles a lot of the logistics, payments, paperwork, properties. In one call, he said Musk's world is all about privacy and performance. So, if you keep it tight, the perks keep flowing.
Birth rates have been collapsing pretty much worldwide. Many countries become 5% of their current size or less within 3 generations.
I know you've been doing your part to maintain the birth rate in the U.S.
Yes, I am. I mean, you've got to walk the talk. So I do have a lot of kids, and I encourage others to have lots of kids.
So yeah, this isn't just a big family. It's one guy wanting to repopulate the planet. That is wild. And if you like this story, check out this even crazier tale of fate, secrets, and a reunion that will leave you speechless.